Is Mexico all drug cartels and fancy beach resorts? We don't think so. Come with us as we travel by RV with 12 other couples on an epic 3-month adventure to explore the culture, history, and food of our neighbor to the south. Alright, it's going to be a long day. We have about 300 miles and we haven't gotten very far. We've already had a few people lost, so yeah, there was a couple turns, and because of the topes, you have to go really, really slow over, and then we tend to get really spread out. So, not off to a roaring start. And of course, we're both kind of tired this morning because, well, yesterday was a long day with Rhonda's dad passing away. So, fun times. We'll get there in like 8 hours. Alright, last night we stayed in this fine parking lot at this stadium in Villahermosa. A little bit of weirdness yesterday. We're not quite sure how to explain because we're not really sure, but I think the owner of Caravanas de Mexico had arranged for us to go see the Olmec heads in the museum here. But this is actually on our stop in February, and we had already voted on leaving our last place, Coco Adventure, a day early so that we could drive for 2 days and get to Isla Aguada, which is where we're heading today. And then we had a little wrench in that yesterday. I think that's been all worked out, and we are all as one big happy group heading off to the beach for 5 nights. So we're very excited about that. Nothing to talk about here. This was just an overnight stop in a weird parking lot. Alright, so we're at the Freedom Shores RV Park in Isla Aguada in the state of Campeche. Now, this place is amazing, and we're super lucky to not only be backed up against the lagoon here, and that's the lagoon. It's so big, you can't even see the other side. But we had a couple of bonus days here. We were actually only supposed to be here for 4 nights, but then we took away a night from someplace else because of a canceled tour to spend an extra day here. And then our next place we're going to actually close. So then that gave us another day here, which is just, so 6 nights here. So what is there to do in Isla Aguada? A lot. So we were not bored at all. Now, this town is super small, only a few thousand people, but it is all about the fishing here. So we were able to get a lot of fresh fish and fresh shrimp. So Isla Aguada was actually a hideout for pirates way back when, and the name Isla Aguada, Island of Water, is because people would come here and then you could just drill down literally very, very shallow and get fresh water, even though it's completely surrounded by salt water everywhere you look. Our Operation Takedown Kayaks is commencing. We do have a couple of tweaks to make for future, but this is working for now. Hola!
We're on our first kayaking excursion.
Oh man, and Rhonda spotted some iguana. They're huge! And we just found this little fishing community. So inaugural kayak, huge success. Oh, this is so much fun. That's why we've been lugging these around for 4 months now without using them. Yeah, big smiles on our faces right now. And first smile on your face in a few days since learning about your dad. So this is a nice way to spend the morning with some of our other friends. All right, another adventure today. We're gonna go look for dolphins. Got these 3 pangas all lined up here. We're gonna go out in the water. There's an island over there we're gonna go hang out on. Rhonda didn't feel like going today, and so I'm going on my own with all of our caravan friends. One of the hardest things about being in Mexico is actually seeing all the stray dogs. And this one here, we've named her Wigglebutt. because she's super sweet. Hey, now's your chance to be on camera. Wiggles, 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 Wiggles. Come here, Wiggles. Anyway, she's super sweet, and if I didn't already have 2 little dogs, I would adopt her in a heartbeat. She's looking for the next food source. And then there's Crooked Leg, and hopefully I'll get him on camera later on. And Bernardo is thinking about adopting him once he gets his truck back, and fingers crossed, I think a lot of us would help him out with vet bills if he does that. Crooked Leg looks like he probably got hit by a car or something, and definitely needs to have his leg set. Anyway, my favorite little girl, I didn't see her all day, has now toddled off somewhere else to another food source. So yeah, seeing all the stray dogs is definitely hard. Some of them just really kind of are very sweet. They grow on you and you want to take them all home, but you can't. Just can't.
Got her own.
Yeah.
And what are you doing?
Use that one. I'll use this one.
Okay. I'm helping clean shrimp.
Where'd you get them?
So right place at the right time, riding our bikes down by the fishing boats. They're pulling in their nets, and we're like, hey, can we buy some shrimp? So then they took us down this back alley, and we bought like 10 pounds of shrimp. So now we're feeding an army here.
So first you took the shell off and then you cut it down the back and then pulled the vein out, right?
This RV park, Freedom Shores, has a restaurant. All the sites have hookups, not all of them have a dump. So the electric was a little bit funky and we actually never hooked up ourselves, and that's just the way it has gone here. We were able to get some fresh water also from the store, purified water, and put that in our tanks. Now, what this place will cost you is about 400 pesos if you're just here for one night, so about $20. If you spend multiple nights here, she will actually bring the cost down to about 300 pesos per night. Well worth it. Well worth it. They have bathrooms, and they're extremely clean, and they have hot running water with decent pressure. Huge bonus, because not every place has that, trust me. This RV park is quite something, and one of the main reasons that this place is so special, the main reason this place is so special, is because of Thelma. Thelma and her husband bought this property, and then from 2005 to 2007 they developed it into this wonderful campground slash hotel. So I believe there's about 9 rooms here. I'm not quite sure about that. Very clean, very spacious, and she gave us a nice little tour yesterday of the town, and also told us she really believes that this is probably one of the only one, or one of the very few fully accessible hotel properties. And I agree. So all the rooms are on one level, the restaurant, bathrooms, everywhere. So if you're in a wheelchair, this would be a prime location to come. Now, getting down to the beach, there is a stair, but I think they would probably help you get down there if you needed to. So this is absolutely a spectacular place, and definitely our favorite so far. So we are heading down the road to the next adventure.